Well, I guess we learned our lesson here today, guys. They do not they do not like you. are, are we even live? Yeah, we're live. They do not like you messing with any music now, or they get really, really into their feels. I guess. Oh well. Oh well. All right, we'll move on. Let me see if I can find proper chat. Okay. Damn. There we go. There we go. We finally got it. Finally got it together. Yeah, they shut us down. They said, in no certain way, but they said you can't watch nothing now. All right, fine, fine. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Not muted, right? I knew it was coming, man. I used to love doing the Skeets Beats, but they took it away from us now. For whatever reason, they took it away from us now. So I don't know, man. Sometimes it's fun that I used to like to do, and people used to like to come in. We'd get different music and kind of just cover all different genres and get inputs, and it was a fun thing to do. But now YouTube's like, no, no, sir, I don't think you can do that anymore. I think that's copyrighted, and we don't want you to do that no longer. So we're just going to take your stream from you, sir. So, which is fine. I get it. I'm sorry, YouTube. Don't yell at me too much. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Yeah, they just getting after me, boy. My dog's losing its mind in there, probably yelling at the YouTube terms of service too. Yeah, but it is what it is. I don't know. We used to have fun doing the Skeets Beats. I was just trying to bring the Skeets Beats back, and then YouTube terms of service come down. They're like, no, like they got people sitting outside now in black SUVs, some men in black out there trying to take me down. All over listening to music. How dare you, sir, listen to music? We shall ruin you. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do get it, but I don't get it. All right, you get it? A creepy Herbert voice immediately. Yeah, I don't know. That's another thing. It's been fucking with me. Like I gotta been recording these podcasts. I've been trying to find my own flavor and delivery. I don't want it to be that weird, over the top uh, narration voice. I want it to be a real conversation with real reactions without me trying to be some sort of voice actor, which I'm not. So, yeah. So my voice is going all over the place. I didn't want to do like the typical news broadcaster. I didn't want to do the typical paranormal radio stuff. So that's the sleep paralysis demon voice. Oh man, but everything's. I mean, I realize now. After your 21st birthday, which mine was 17 years ago, what the fuck is going on? Anyhow, after that, birthdays are kind of just, you know what I mean? Like, happy birthday. You got to get new tags, renew your license. Like, for your birthday, you owe the state about $185 every year. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? And then it's like, well, I'm easy to please though for my birthday. Like I just wanted just a little bit of just a few trees to get me through. That's it. Yeah. because I'm having to do a lot of studying, learning a lot of different things and aspects of different stuff. I got to take a state test for my get my teacher's license finally stowed away, and it looks like I'll be working with special education for at least the remainder of this year. And who knows? I really enjoy doing that. May even try to coach Special Olympics team this year. Trying to get some flag football in for them. So we'll see. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just one of those weird people. Anything that I've ever really been passionate about, I say yes and try to attack an avenue to see where it takes me. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. Whether it be, the collectible shop or being a teacher, film, whatever. You know, I just try to attack the shit. Hey, Monica, nice to see you. Right. It's like my birthday. Shit, I was just lazy, boy. I'm like, man, I just want one day, one day that I can sit here, I can watch what I want to watch, and just chill the fuck out. I don't got to inventory anything. I don't got to get shit set up or look up different things and start pricing. I ain't got to do none of that shit. I don't got to write on a screenplay. I ain't got to record the podcast. I can just fucking chill and breathe. And I definitely got that. So I can't complain. Because we've been running nonstop, man, which I love it, man. Like of all the shit I do, my favorite thing to do is being a father. And for better or worse, I refuse to be that father that has to work all these hours and not be there for my children. Like I make sure, you know, any sporting event, daddy daughter dances, birthdays, whatever it is, I'm there. I don't care. I've turned down good chunks of money in the past to make sure that I'd be there, and that's the way I operate. I think coming from a single parent home, it kind of instills different shit in you, and that's kind of what it instilled in me was whatever they want to explore. Just like this year was wrestling. They've never done wrestling before. I don't care. I'll spend the money. We'll go down the avenue, see if you like it. If not, the season's over. Go a different route. We'll figure it out again. But I want to make sure that they are able to do anything and everything that they want to do um, while they're in school, whether that be athletics, band, choir, what I don't care. Just experience it and start figuring out what your true passions are is kind of my goal right now with them. And unfortunately, or fortunately, either way you want to look at it, wrestling's always been my three children that have wrestled. My oldest did it back in 2015. He won the state championship for the 12-year-old bracket. And now you fast forward almost 10 years later, and my two youngest are going to state championships. So all three kids qualify for the state championship in their first year. So I can hang my hat already on that. There's something in that wrestling world that it just clicks with our DNA. They love it, right? And then my oldest daughter is currently working on qualifying for the Junior Olympics in boxing. So there's something in my DNA. I don't know what it is, but it reacts well and wants to be violent, I guess. I appreciate that, Death. I try, man. That's one thing I can do. Like, I think it's weird for, and it's like, I forget what the percentile is. It's pretty high, but it's weird becoming a father when you never really had one, right? Now, me and my pops, we mend fences and shit right before he lost his life. So, that's fine. I'm finally okay with that whole situation. That's fine. He had a lot of demons that he couldn't control that end up bleeding over on me, and it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But I think when you grow up in that scenario, and my mother, working 2, 3 jobs, raising 3 kids by themselves, hardly any child support, nothing like that really coming in. Laws was definitely different back then. And then me having to help out whenever I can and do shit. I had to make some sacrifices when it comes to sports and different things that we couldn't afford to do. And I had to switch roles and just help take care of the house and my siblings. And that's fine. It created me the way I am. But I think when you're raised in that way of being a young kid and forced into this leadership role with no father figure to kind of bounce ideas off of or knowing what to do or really taking that role, so I could have just been a kid. I was forced to learn at a young age, and I used to resent the hell out of that. But now I'm so grateful for it. That my kids are getting older and things. I can kind of already know how to navigate certain situations because of past experiences. So yeah, it is what it is. Got to appreciate the bad. Yeah, man, I love it. I love it. I love being a father. Especially whether it be sports, academics, anything that I see them not trying to take shortcuts, putting in the work, grinding their ass off, doing what they're supposed to do, and loving it. And I see that light finally turn on when they get it. And I'm like, there it is, kiddo. There it is. Now we can build on it. You got that foundation laid. Let's build on it now. This ain't time to get lazy. It's time to turn that intensity up and put more work in. But you got it now. You got it now. Now we can build off that foundation and figure out what this building is going to look like. But I love it. And again, that's the reason why I've coached. This upcoming football season will be my 13th year. Being a football coach, I've coached all the way up to the high school level and started back over with my youngest son, working our way for the youth. I love doing that just as much because really, to me, now American football, people can say whatever. It's a violent game, injuries, blase, blase. And I can agree to you guys to a certain point. But the reason why I love football so much, it is the greatest sport in our country. I don't care what anybody says. American football is the greatest sport in our country. I love it for multiple reasons, but the biggest reason, especially on the youth football level, is I get to teach all my boys on the team life lessons through a sport, right? And you can see the results in real time. Like if you put the work in, you put the drive in, you show up every day when it sucks. You're sore, you're bruised up, you don't want to go, but you keep going. And then the weekend rolls around, you get that win. And it's like, I face adversity, I face pain, I work through adversity, I work through pain, and I kept grinding, and I got this win. And really, when you get out of school as a kid, you just graduate, you're a young kid, you got to go out and put the work in. You got to overcome, you got to push through, and then that's when you get the win. So I kind of get to teach a little bit life lessons and hide it under a sports umbrella. And I just fucking love the game. I do. That's awesome, Death. That's awesome. Hey, what's going on, sir? Oh, sirs. But yeah, that's another one of my passions, right? I do a lot of different fucking shit. I don't know. It's probably the ADD, but I did finally get into another doctor, and they're mixing up some meds, so we'll see. Hopefully, I can start curving that as well. Because we do. Everybody that knows from my community post, or as some of you guys know, I talk to a little bit behind the scenes. We have a shitty date coming up here in March. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I just got to remember that my love conquers any hate, and I need to stay out of prison. Yeah, that's where we're at there. And I keep saying like 10,000 fucking times today for whatever reason. I do. I definitely do, Sarah. I don't. I don't know. I gotta always be doing. I can't just sit and be idle. I've never really been that way. Um, And of course, when I was younger, that was more of like a chip on my shoulder, and always thought that I had to physically fight and do all these stupid things. Then after the military days, I kind of really pumped the brakes, settled down, and realized what real violence was. And all this petty bullshit is nowhere near real violence. So, and now I think I just kind of I took that chip on my shoulder that used to make me act out in that way, and now it's like I think I have to anything that I'm passionate about. I at least got to submerge myself, study, and try. And I've done that repeatedly, whether it's stand-up comedy, MMA, professional wrestling, filmmaking. I've always dove in and tried to figure out what I could bring to the table. And yeah, it's a wild ride, man. But I will continue to do that. I will continue to do that because I love it. Yeah, I have to have it that way, Death, for sure. Because you never know. You know what I mean? You never know. And if you're like me and you got all these different passions and shit, you got to explore it to find out. For me, it's like I got to find out where Nathan's lane is. Like, what am I in this weird matchup of all these different entertainment avenues? Like, where do I feel more at home at, and where's the most passion at? Yeah, I definitely found that in filmmaking, and we're still running with that. I would like to create some way. I mean, this is just a spitballed idea, but I don't even want to say it out loud. It would be a web series just for YouTube, and if I can get certain things lined up, I will have to crowdsource for some equipment for sure, unless the business really picks up and I'm able to pay for that, which very well could happen within the next few weeks. But yeah, there's just a bunch of shit I'd like to do. My biggest thing that I would like to do for you guys is the interactive live paranormal show, where you guys will have a say so, not just watching it. You guys will have a say so in what equipment's used, what investigators are going where. What do you want those investigators to do while they're down there? Was that blindfolded, locked in a room in the dark, and the only thing they have is a camera that they really can't see? Whatever it might be, I think you guys want to enjoy that show, and I think that's absolutely priority number one in the film side of things. Priority number two is get Purple Buffaloes off the ground, where I can start doing some live streams over there, unboxings, giveaways, those type of things. So that's kind of the priority list. And then three is obviously the podcast I'm working over here by myself, and the podcast I'd like to do with Death. And then we got to do a reacts with Steph still. I mean, so there's a bunch of shit that I definitely want to get to. And after I get through wrestling season, it'll open up a lot for at least a few months. So we'll be able to attack those projects and do those things. And my biggest thing about the parody, everybody wants another upstairs parody, and I owe one to Steph. The reason, if I'm being 1000% honest with you guys, the reason why I have not put out that parody yet is that one I can't film by myself. So I got to see if I can get Tyler on board just to film, and I'll try to throw all the edits together with the time that I got. But there's some things I want to do in this next parody that it's going to take a little bit more than a one-man team. And I think we're going to have a fucking blast doing it. And I'll try to keep the laughs together during the film. all the other parodies have been a one take. I don't think this one's going to be a one take. It's different locations, different things I want to do. But I promise you guys, you'll enjoy it. Right, yes. I need that variety too. Everybody who knows me knows I'm a horror fanatic, right? I love horror films. I finally got to get the Michael Myers kill out of my system this past Halloween. Big Michael Myers mark. And I just love that genre. But at the same time, I obviously love comedy just as much, if not just a little bit more. But I can't even say that. They're probably about tied. And I want to get back to doing some of the comedy stuff too, because I got a few comedy skits. What I like to do is take my old stand-up bits and try to create a YouTube short, whether that's like a typical short or it's a short film type or two. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna start bringing some of those back because I got notebooks upon notebooks filled up with different bits and things, and that's another great thing about being a damn father. My kids create and write comedy all the time just by this our interactions. It's like it's a good time. But yeah, I gotta have that. I gotta have that diversity too. I gotta be doing different things. Um, and we might even have some musical shit coming down the line. No, I'm not. Let's say Death Butterfly. All right, we're not going to be doing nothing that big, but maybe getting a little brother together, maybe Tyler, and we all just pick on guitars and they sing. Because trust me, you don't want me to sing. Your ears will definitely bleed. Now, if it's kind of rapping a little bit, I can kind of do a little bit there. But even then, it's like no, no, you guys don't. You just want me on an instrument being a good rhythm. I play little solo. I can cover rhythm. So we got different shit, man. I appreciate that, Sarah. Thank you, hon. Yeah, and that's what my wife. My birthday. Again, she's like, "Well, how's 38 feel?" And I've always been one of those ones. It's like, yeah, I'm technically 38. It's the same year, the same age as that my father passed away in. So that's kind of fucking with me. I am now as old as my father ever was, and that's kind of weird, right? That's kind of weird. but um, but I don't feel no different. I've had back aches since my first back surgery, but thankfully through meditation and DDP yoga and the different exercises I do perform, it has helped that out quite a bit. I'm actually finally to a point where I'm not afraid to go into a gym and start throwing weights again. And my youngest son's just now getting old enough to get into that world, so that's lining up pretty perfect. Of course, I haven't really put myself through any grinding training, like really grinding too hard in at least a couple years. But I want to take it to the next level because if my son's falling in love with the mat life and wrestling and asking about MMA stuff, then it's time to come back out and start fucking grinding. And start showing him a few things. So, and he's way too young to be like fight camp intensity, but I'm able to crank it up on him now a little bit. He's getting older. I know my oldest son has showed a little interest in the mixed martial arts world, and he's a tank. He's a biggin. So I think he'll do good there. He was always a great wrestler. I just have to tighten up some technique, and I think he'd be okay. So who knows, man? Who knows what's going to come down? Other than what we do know for sure is Terror Barn and Purple Buffalo Collectibles. Them are two entities that's going to be here for a while. Well, Sarah, I think anybody with ears and vocals can rap better than that. That's not even rap. That's just like your stereotypical white dude going, yeah, yay, yeah, I'm here with the microphone. I don't know what to do, but you better leave me alone. Like that's the type of shit that niggas. There's no. It's almost like, hey, Grandpa, rap. Okay. he just go, oh yeah. It's always something about poop, and he falls off and just starts throwing poop everywhere to fill in blanks. So, I think anybody with ears and vocals can do that better. I used to get jealous about some shit like that back in the day, different things. But oh well. Um, I don't know, man. Honestly, with I'm not so open about all my mental issues. I don't sit here and try to get uh I don't know even what you call it, sympathy points or whatever. Like I don't go live and show my manic behavior. It's definitely there. I've learned it. I've had it for so many years. It hardly ever affects anything other than myself for a couple of days. Then I pull myself back up and have to shake it off, call myself a bitch a few times, and get back on track. Now, there is bigger things where I fall in these deep valleys and shit, but it is what it is. I'm not going to get on here and bitch about it. I'm not going to get on here and stream because nobody wants to see me stream like that. I can promise you that. Um, But yeah, that's obviously hitting now that we get closer and closer to this court date. It's a weird range of motion. Um, I probably need to talk to another vet, and I'll probably reach out and try to do that with some of the thoughts that has creeped into my head that I thought I was over. But I don't know. Again, I just want to show my kids that my love for them trumps any hate that I could possibly have for another human being, and my determination to build something for those kids. Nothing's going to stop that. Nothing's going to stop that. I'm going to keep grinding and doing that for my last breath. Break that generational curse. And I feel like for the first time in a long time, this year's our year to really make big strides. We had the Amazon film drop last year, was on the regional news, 3 or 4 times, and we made a pretty successful Halloween fan short that did all right on YouTube and TikTok. So I think this year, with the Purple Buffalo collectibles coming in and the different things we got lined up, I think this year is the year where I might be able to start to shave stuff off my schedule and be able to do this a little bit on a more full time basis. That's what I'm shooting for, anyways. Right, Death. For me, what it was is just realizing, listen, if we're all honest, all humans, we have some sort of addictive characteristics, right? We're all addicted to something, whether that's caffeine, sugar, nicotine. We all have our fixes, our phones, whatever. What I learned early was, okay, I got all these bad habits that I revert to. Like, instead of just listening to music for 2 hours to calm down, why not put the music on and start writing a little bit? Start writing a screenplay or just an idea or just a stand up bit. I slowly started replacing what I seen as bad habits with productive habits, to where I can still get that same feeling and step away from the mental stuff, but create instead of just trying to make it through that moment, if that makes sense. I've just tried to replace those destructive habits with habits that's positive, that are building and striding to do something. And that's helped so damn much. Right? Well, there's two things. Luckily, Death, I live in a state where cannabis is legal. So, and honestly, man, I don't smoke like that. Like, I smoke at nighttime, and that's it for my insomnia, due from my PTSD and other reasons. It really helps me sleep. So, that's usually when I do it. I'm not like an all day smoker anymore because I got so much shit I have to do, and I'm a teacher. I can't be doing that shit. Like, I use it basically as it's prescribed to me at nighttime to sleep, and that works great. So I can't bitch. I definitely need my caffeine too, but I've replaced the plain black coffee with Celsius. Celsius got so many great different flavors and drinks out there. I love that drink. We probably should see if we could get fucking Celsius to try to sponsor some. I think we've already went through a lot of the cringe videos. Yeah, Death. I couldn't do that. Like, back in my younger days before the military, I definitely could do that shit. But now I'm like, oh, I can't do that shit. Let's see. I think we already went through a lot of the cringe videos on my channel. Um, let's see. Do we got any more cringe? I did find a bunch of old videos on my Google Drive, which I'm an Apple person. So I forgot about a lot of these. So there might be some re-releases on some shit, some early works that Tyler and I did. But let's see. Can we find any more cringe-worthy shizit here? Yeah, we watched that one. We watched that one. this was one of the first commercials we did. And I look back at this and I cringe so fucking much. But this was a commercial we did for Raz Energy. And hold on, let me fix this real quick. Let me try to fix this, get the whole window in there. Ah, that mic's breaking up again. Stupid thing. Yeah, this is back when, like, I was in film school at this point. So I was just learning the different shit, right? And then we got an opportunity to do this commercial. I think they threw us a couple $100 to do this. We didn't. Full disclosure, we didn't write a script. We didn't write a screenplay. We just went to this cool location. It's like, okay, Skeeter's on a Sasquatch hunt. He's about ready to die. And Raz Energy gives him the last little bit of energy he needs to do that. But this is so cringe. I mean, this is before we really cared too much about lighting, sound, color grading, anything. We put this out. And all that extra weight on Skeeter's big ass back in. So stupid, man. So stupid. That lighting there is completely blowed out. We could have definitely graded that better. Could have had a lav mic on there. Saves your ass when you're out of gas. Yeah, some of those old cringe shits, man. We've come a long way. Like I said, I was in film school. I think I even used that for one of the projects. I don't remember, but I think it was early in film school that we did that one. And I don't even know where Raz Energy's at these days. I mean, they threw me a couple $100 to do a little quick promo piece, and we did it. But it's cringe as fuck going back and look, because back then I was probably closer to the 250-pound mark. Since then, I've cut, at one point I cut over 70 pounds, but I've started putting some of those pounds back on strategically, because with my big ass head, I look like a confused bobblehead at the weight that I got to. But, yeah, looking back at big old fat Skeeter. Now we got to go look. This was another film school project. It was a one reel project. So you had to tell a story without any narration. And you had to, it's just one reel. That means one take, one reel, whatever you want to call it. It had to be, I think, a little over a minute long or whatever it was. But this is the story I did with my children. They're itty bitty here. But this is another old school film school fucking cringe. But I think we did okay getting the message across and things in there. Look how little they are back in. There's my little demon actress. Pouting because she can't play. This was probably one of the first things I did with the camera in my hand. Oh, look at that. They're going to include her. Smiles all the way around. Inclusion. And they couldn't hit the rim back then. So yeah, that was it there. I don't know what other stuff I got buried deep in there, but I enjoyed for the most part. Film school forced me to learn different shit, and that's what I loved most about it because I'm the type of person for me to learn something you really have to focus me in. It like forced me to do it. Thank you, Dad. Bunch of fun shit, man. I look back at some of this, like when I was on the radio and the Creeper Craig stuff back in the day. That was fun to do. My interviews that I did, Indy 500 5 years ago. Jesus, I wish I could go back and do some of these things with the knowledge that I've acquired now. And who knows, I might end up doing that. Who knows? But I'm about running out of time here. But yeah, if you guys want to hit those links, man, you can. You don't got to. You can share them around a little bit. All the money that gets donated, whether it's for the birthday or whatever, goes directly towards my businesses. Like think right now on the Purple Buffalo things, I'm working on getting finishing the studio setup. So I'm working on getting the printer that I need to help me inventory over 252,000 fucking cards. And then over on the film side, we're just chugging away at those 4 live stream capability cams to kind of give you guys a real live TV show feel. But yeah, that's where all that shit goes. It all goes to that. All my other shit that I do is my day to day money and life money and doing all the things that I have to do as a fucking adult. But I appreciate you guys, man. Like I've always said, I don't care if I kick this thing on and there's 2 people in here. I really don't. I enjoy just being able to stream and hang out with you guys. Honestly, truly. I mean, I don't care if you guys light up the. That'd be nice if you light up the Cash App or the PayPal, but it don't matter if you don't want to. I'm not going to ever force that shit. Um, and then for the bigger shit, there's always going to be like an Indiegogo or crowdsource somewhere that we're going to be trying to push the bigger projects out on the Terror Barn side of things. But yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you guys. Share it around. I appreciate you guys coming in here, showing me love. I definitely never take that for granted. I never do, never will. And who knows, man? If you guys got upcoming panels coming on, let me know. I might be able to pop into things and hang out a little bit more this week. For majority of this week, I'll be focusing on the Purple Buffalo sides of things and planning for the Terror Barn projects. I did not take as many teaching gigs this week. One, because I got to study for a state exam and get my shit set up to actually get my educator license. No more substitute license. So that's going to be a beautiful freaking thing. So, oh man, I appreciate you guys for coming in. I definitely will be live more throughout this week to talk to you guys and I want to kind of give you guys an update where I am with a collectible company. I don't know how many people over here that actually is an interest of theirs, but give me an update on that this week. I want to do some more live streams where we're just talking, hanging out, so you guys can bring the topics. Maybe the next one just be a Q&A where that's all we do is sit back. You guys can ask me anything about anything, and we just go that route. But I enjoy you guys. Appreciate you guys. And like always, tons of love from me to you. I hope you have an outstanding rest of your day. And I promise you, you will be seeing me more this week than you have the previous weeks. Thank you guys. And I will definitely be talking to you guys soon. All right. You guys have a great fucking day.